Hi, I'm Sherry at missionmama.com, and I want to show you how to make some emergency bars. Like, so if there was an emergency of any type in your town or around you, you would, it'd be a very long time before I got food that I could eat, as far as gluten-free, egg-free, dairy-free, soy-free, you know, so I was thinking that we really just need some bars, and it was hard to find just any bars. Like, I mean, I'm also nut-free, so I needed to make my own bars, and so we're going to use some shredded coconut. I use 3 cups of shredded coconut, and I'm going to blend it up until it's coconut butter. Now, if you don't have a Vitamix or some kind of high-powered blender, you'll have to buy the more expensive coconut butter. But you can make your own if you have a Vitamix, and it starts adding up, and I have more than paid for my Vitamix, that's for sure. So we're going to use coconut, we're going to use coconut oil, we're going to use honey, we're going to use freeze-dried raspberries and some cinnamon. And I'll show you how to do it. It's really super simple, and these bars should last a long time. I'm also going to pack them in an airtight container, and I'll show you how to do that. So anyway, I'll get started. So when it starts to get thick like this, so this is just the coconut. I started on low and I chopped them up till they were like half size, and then it started to coagulate like that, and that means it's starting to get butter. We're going to add half a cup of coconut oil at this point, and I'll show you what happens later. Now it's butter, especially with that coconut oil, that makes it go really liquidy fast. And next we'll put some raw honey in and blend that up too, and I'll show you what that looks like. That makes it all congeal a little bit more. This is what happens when you add the 1/4 cup of raw honey. So it's thickened a little bit. Okay, we're all ready. So I have the honey. So this is 3 cups of shredded coconut, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and 1/4 cup of raw honey. And this is what we get. And it's kind of blending. That's because it's warm. Now, in that, we're going to put, for my apple, I put 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, but for the raspberry, I put 2 teaspoons. It's not as dependent on the cinnamon. And then I like to chop my coconut up. I have 1/2 of regular coconut, and I better put my and I took dehydrated coconut shreds, and I kind of cut them in half by just mixing them in the blender, not till they liquefy like I did the last time, but just so that they're kind of cut in half, like kind of cut in half pieces. That way they make a nicer, more condensed bar that way. I've been making bars all morning. 1/2 cup of freeze-dried fruit. Kind of stuck there because I pushed it in. I wanted it to be crumbled, so I'm going to actually crumble these a little bit because I want the raspberry flavor to be spread throughout the bar. And so these are freeze-dried, and they are just like, they can just be powder if you wanted them. But I wanted some chunks, and I wanted it to be spread. So we're going to mix this up. I hope you can see this. If not, I'll show it to you in a second here. Mix it up, and what we get, make sure the cinnamon is all mixed up. What we get is, it's a little bit runny still. That's because it's still warm and it hasn't been frozen. Now I took a loaf pan and I put plastic wrap on it so that it doesn't stick, or I can get it out easier. So we pull these, we put this in, and we squish it down into the mold. And then I'm going to cut it with the, can you get me the knife please, honey? I'm going to squish it down with the spoon. Thank you, love. Squish it down with a spoon, and this is what you get. And then we're going to score it. And I'm going to score it in half long ways, and then 4, so I'm making 8 pieces. And I score it, and then I want to show you what comes out of the refrigerator. So I put them in the refrigerator until they harden, and this is what comes out. Now these ones are not raspberry, these are the apple cinnamon bars. That's why I put a whole tablespoon. And they are nice and hard. And now I'm going to put them in a jar, and I'll go get the jar. About 2 batches of that stuff. And we're going to put them in here. Try to fit them all in. And then we're going to, these are all the bars. I don't think 2 batches is going to fit, actually, in one jar. Alright, well, we got as much as, oh look, I had enough to put another one in there. Let's see if we can get it down. Anyway, so next what we want to do, might be able to put another one on top. Oops. Now, we want to make sure this is nice and clean. And then we want to put a clean lid. This is awesome. This is, I'm always looking for things that make, that have take up very little space. It's called the Fresh Saver from Food Saver. And you get, this is the wide mouth canning jar, because I like to use wide mouth canning jars. And you put the hole here, right over the hole here. And you press it. And it sucks all of the air that's in this jar out, and then sucks down the top, so it's great for saving food. I'm also doing this with, I got frozen broccoli, and it's all cut up and everything, and I just put it on my dehydrator sheets and dehydrated the broccoli, and I'm going to do this to it as well. But they also have bags that this goes with. And so this is, see, this is on. This is on there. And then you put the, and we have a jar full of emergency food. This would be great for breakfast, or just, you have to eat something now. I'm starving. I just got done with a disaster kind of thing. It's all in there. Anyway, bon appetit, and I hope we never have to use it. But you know, like, if it lasts for a couple years, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna start using them so that I can rotate them. So I can just rotate them in and out, and I can just keep eating these bars. They're super yummy, and they'll last a long time. So enjoy. Bye.